everybody, my name is Jo and I love to read. Welcome to the reading vlog of my next book, which is From Dead to Worse by Charlaine Harris. This is the 8th book in the Southern Vampire Mysteries, which is also known as the Sookie Stackhouse series, which is also known as the True Blood series. It has a lot of different aliases, but it's the one following Sookie Stackhouse and all the vampires. I can't give you guys any information about where we're up to in the romance, which is the real reason I'm excited to continue this series, because it is spoilers being a paranormal romance series that is in its 8th book. It is a spoiler to tell you guys what is going on with Sookie's romantic side and who she may or may not be with. I will say that this one picks up from the ending of the last, where we've been dealt a hurricane and also an explosion at a vampire summit, so there's going to be all the aftermath of that and how Sookie's there to help, and that is about as much as I know about it at this stage. I really enjoy the Sookie Stackhouse series because even though I haven't read a lot of paranormal romance, but what I have read, it's not super great. Like, a lot of the guys in it are really shitty and I don't like the females, but I really like Sookie and I've always enjoyed Charlaine Harris's writing. I feel like she's like a good quality paranormal romance. I'm interested to see and look at this with more of a critical eye to see if there are some things in it like shitty alpha masochist horrible guys, like whether there's anything that's any toxic relationships, and whether Sookie is as friendly as I remember her being, because quite often in these sorts of things the women can be a bit bitchy to other women, and I'm really hoping that, as I remember, that Sookie is not. But I'm excited to read this one and to see what it is going to be like, and I know that I will probably most likely enjoy the romance, which will be really fun. So I'm going to go now. It is Sunday, the something of August. I am having a bit of a self-care Sunday, so I've got these face masks. I'm not sure which one I want to use. I bought two because they were on special. I didn't realise that they're both hydrating. This one is pore tightening and hydrating. This is ultra balancing and hydrating. So I think I'm going to do the charcoal one because that'd be fun. But it's not one of the cool like peel away ones. It's just like a sheet one. And then I also have these foot peels, the Skin Republic ones. I kind of want to do like a bit of a big self-care Sunday where, like, instead of just thinking self-care is watching movies, which it is, but also after I've done like this spa treatment stuff, that I might actually get up and do some self-care, like mental wise, like to be outside in the sun and to get some more things done on the garden, because I know that that'll make me feel happy. Even if I don't have to do it for the whole day, even if I just do it for like an hour, I know that that will help. That is a form of self-care for me, because it makes me feel like we're actually doing something as well, and not just, because too much lounging around can make me feel bad and guilty and things like that. And you know, another self-care thing would be, which I'm probably going to get up and do now before I sit down and put all this spa stuff, is put on washing so that I have washing for next week. I will talk to you guys in my next update after I have read a bit more of this book, and I'm excited to begin. Bye! Morning everybody. It's Wednesday morning, which, oh my gosh, already Wednesday, that's cool. It really feels like this week has actually gone fairly quickly, which is nice. It doesn't often feel that way, so it's really good. I am up to page 112, and so far, so I've been tabbing this because I've been wanting to read more a bit critically. I haven't read the majority of this series when I've been like an adult and more sort of aware of things and more like aware of the behaviour that I want to emulate, particularly as like a woman. Yes, Coo. Yes, Coo. Come on. Oh boy. And just trying to notice a lot more of the behaviours, to sort of see the media that I've read has potentially like influenced my brain and the way that I sort of see things and talk to myself. I wanted to see whether this was like a good influence or a bad influence. I always think about Mean Girls, where I'm gonna like use some sort of cuss-ish sort of language, derogatory language towards women, but how like I can't even remember, the math teacher in Mean Girls is like, you've got to stop calling each other's like sluts and whores, and that's exactly it. Like, and I remember having that kind of conversation in my year 9 like physical education class, where it was actually pretty cool. We had like a bit of a Q&A session for a couple of times where we just talked about things, which I think was really helpful with a female teacher. And she was like, you know, it starts from you guys. Don't call yourselves that, and then men won't feel like they can, or you'll be more empowered that you'll protect each other when they do. So I've been reading a little bit to see whether like Sookie is negative towards women, and so far it's actually fine. Like, she does have to put on this bridesmaid's dress. Sookie does look at herself in the dress and be like, oh, I'm not that slutty. One of the best sort of comebacks I like to people talking about women dressing like sluttily or too revealing is like, they don't dress like a slut, you think like a rapist. So just kind of things like that. Oh my god, can you guys see this dog? Holy shit, look at it, look at him. I'm gonna go because I need to get ready. Thanks everybody for watching this clip, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye! Hey guys, it's Saturday the 22nd of August and I've just had a really big reading session of From Dead to Worse. I am now up to page 226, getting closer to the end of it, and my heart is a bit sore because romance stuff happened and I wish it didn't happen the way it did, and I'm a bit frustrated at Sookie because of it. I won't tell you because spoilers. And like, I get it, but I don't, and I do and I don't at the same time. So that's all for my little update right now. I have actually, there's the weirdest thing that I can tell you guys, and the weirdest thing, not that I've read a lot of were-animal books like this, like vampires and were-animals, and aside from the fact that they're like, you know, humans that can turn into animals and that, you know, sleep with each other and stuff, that's normally like okay because they're all humans at the end of the day. But the weirdest shit was in this book that I don't even know like why it needed to necessarily be there. But there's this witch who's not the main character, she's a side character. There's this witch that turned her boyfriend into a cat by accident, couldn't turn it back, and was too afraid to ask her coven about it for months and months and months and months and months. And then they go outside and find a stray cat with kittens that have the same colouring as he does. An actual human made babies with a cat. Why did this need to be in here? It like has a minuscule point to the plot, but they could have been achieved elsewhere without crossing into weird and disturbing lines. That's the end of my update for tonight. Hey everybody, it's Wednesday night and I'm here to do my final wrap up of From Dead to Worse by Charlaine Harris because I've officially finished it. Now my stand is in the other room and I'm just going to pretend that this is artful because there are my books there, but this is what you've got to deal with while I am doing this because I just don't have the mental energy at the moment. But I have finished this book. I've given it 3.75 stars. I finished this morning. I've had time to digest my thoughts. This was a very episodic book. It was something that wrapped up a lot of the loose ends of previous plots and then introduced about one or two smaller plots that were introduced and finished in this one book. The romance also didn't go the way that I wanted it to. Nothing really happened in the last pages since my last update that made me feel good or feel the way that I wanted to feel, and that and the episodic nature of it made it this 3.75 star book. It wasn't quite as bad as some 3.5 or 3 star books, but it wasn't as good as some 4. Hence settling in the middle. I know I said at one point like ages ago that I wasn't going to be doing half rates or point ratings anymore, but I really like doing them because I think they help sum up my feelings, and I just feel like I've got a lot more range of emotion to be in, and that's what I really wanted to do with this book. In terms of seeing whether there was any more like toxic or bitchy women behaviour. I was really trying not to use the word bitchy, but I think I'll decide that that's better, sitting up a bit more. I was trying to see if there was any more toxic women behaviour in this book or toxic relationship behavior, because I wasn't really sure. As I said, the majority of the series I've read when I wasn't really aware of toxicity or domestic violence or things like that, and I wanted to see with my adult brain and my more aware brain whether there was going to be anything. Luckily there wasn't a lot at all. There was this one instance where Sookie's ex did come on to her, and I really liked all of her emotions in that scene because she doesn't like this ex, and she was basically just like, don't you have a girlfriend? And then after he left, and a little bit later, said girlfriend had actually seen this happen and confronted Sookie, which was really disappointing because she was like putting it all on Sookie, and she didn't even she didn't even thank Sookie for the fact that Sookie rejected him and was like, you have a girlfriend. So that was kind of shitty, and it feels realistic, but is it only realistic in our society because of media like this? So I don't know, take of that what you will. The romance and relationship kind of stuff, like toxicity in relationships, wasn't there at all. The only thing, again, I don't know if I've mentioned this earlier, but there is between a couple of two characters in this book, there is a blood bond. And I'm not a fan of blood bonds. I'm not a fan of people being tied together unless like they're actually in a relationship together, because I feel like when the two characters are not in a relationship, it gives the woman a chance to cheat, and I've generally just seen this with women, the woman being tied to someone else. It gives the woman or the other person a chance to cheat in their relationship that they're currently with the person that they're bonded to, and I'm not about that, and I'm not about that at all. There was a tiny little bit of that in this book, but it was fairly minor, almost passable, but I just feel like, why did you even need to have it at all? There was enough foreshadowing between these two characters that if in the end they end up together, it wouldn't be so out of left field, so I just didn't think that it needed to be there. I'm not going to be jumping anywhere quickly to read the next one in this volume. I still want to continue on in this series, but I'm not going to be running out to get the next one anytime super soon. I don't think. I've read the blurb on the back of the next one or online, and it was okay. So thanks everybody so much for watching my channel, watching this video. Again, I hope you enjoyed it, and don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you guys again next time. Bye!